Well, good evening, Black Lounge and all my loungers. I hope you guys are doing as excellent as me. Shout out to all the new subscribers and all my new members. Really appreciate you guys. It is Friday evening, and we are finally here at the point where it is the end of the work week. And we all want to relax and chill and just kind of fall back and reflect on the week and some of the things we might be able to possibly do next week that are different. So, one of the things I'd like to do is just talk about the Umar Johnson sector real quick. See, I think it's time for healing in the sector. I know you guys are about the fuckery, and always about the drama and everything. I think that's okay to a certain level. We've all kind of gotten used to a certain level of fuckery where we're okay with things, just roasting each other and just kind of going back and forth. But when it goes outside of YouTube and, you start to dox people and you start to cause harm to people, that's the type of stuff that we don't want to do. So one of the things I want to say is, with every action, there is always a reaction. Okay. So you have to think about the things that you're doing and the things that you're putting out in the universe, which will bring a reaction to you that is not so favorable to what you'd like to see. And you only you have control of that. See, let me explain why. So you as a person, you have the power and the ability to make changes and decisions about everything that happens in your life. You even have the power of life and death in your hands. A lot of people don't understand the power that they actually possess. And most people don't understand that because they don't actually exercise that power, because they don't understand that they actually have it. There are things that you can do that will speed up your death or keep your life preserved. Okay. And most people think, it's just simple things like, not going out to the club or not drinking too much or, not doing drugs or different things like that. They all play a part too. But the biggest things, or the biggest thing that you can do, is live your life in alignment with righteousness. And it's not so much being a religious person or, going to church or, or anything like that, or ascribing to a certain religion. It's more or less just human basic abilities to follow natural human laws, okay, and follow natural laws in life. So there's certain things that you will do that will bring certain energy to you. Okay, so whatever you decide to do, whether it's negative or positive, it's going to bring either a negative or a positive result. Okay, so there's a lot of people in the sector kind of moving around and just doing what they want to do, not thinking about the results of what they're doing tomorrow. And now a lot of that is coming out. There's a lot of people that's going back and forth and they're fighting amongst each other. And it's sad to see, in a sense, because all of you were kind of co-conspirators at one point. You were all kind of working together in cahoots with each other, and agreeing with the nonsense. And now that you have fallen out with each other, now you're spilling that nonsense of each other back out into the streets. When in actuality, nothing is being shown but your own, position in this matter. And that's unfortunate. So the only thing I could say in this situation is to just kind of fall back, folks. Okay, and take a look in the mirror, and reflect on what you've been doing. And I can say that for every last one of us. We've all had some kind of part in the dirt in this sector. Even myself, I remember when I was on Shakim Ra's channel. Shout out to Shakim. I was out on his channel, and Pillsbury Doughboy. Shout out to Pillsbury Doughboy TV. And he had revealed anti-Afro Svengali's emails. And because of my expertise in how to collect mass emails, I used that to get that information and to download that and to have it. It wasn't, I didn't have everybody's email, but I did have quite a bit of them. And, I was able to have that and know who's behind all this. So that's pretty much the biggest part that I can say that I've had in this sector. But, I will say that none of our hands are clean. But at the end of the day, we have to make better decisions when it comes to what we choose to do, because those decisions will affect us later, and it also will affect other people. So I think, like I said, that was probably the biggest thing I did. I didn't really feel bad about it, and I still don't, because I feel like that was information that should have been revealed. But at the same time, I didn't have to be involved. And, I could have just, not been involved. So that's my part in this. But there were a lot of other people that were involved in doxing. They were involved in, putting their people's children's information out, putting all kinds of stuff out that should not be out. And, it's sad. It's a shame. And what we need to look at is who are the puppet masters behind all this. Why is it such an interest in this small Black community of people that share a common ground? And the common ground is Umar Johnson. Most of the people in the sector have an issue with Umar Johnson for whatever reason. Other people either support him or necessarily don't, like myself, but don't believe that he's scamming. And so we're trying to fight against the idea that people think that he's scamming. But I don't know if that's really the most healthiest way to go through this. I think that, everybody is entitled to their opinion. Everybody is entitled to whatever they feel. But when it comes to harming one another in order to get our point across, or in order to get our agenda accomplished, that's a problem. And that problem will eventually come back on you. So I think it's high time for us to start healing, first of all, within our own lives. Okay. Heal the pain that is causing us to want to harm someone else. And then turn around and talk to one another, open up the lines for dialogue and to talk to each other, and like I said, we don't have to agree on everything. There's several people within the sector that I don't agree on everything with, but I get along with you. We can have a conversation. For instance, I'll give you an example. Tiffany Griffin. She's a hardcore, supporter of Umar Johnson. I'm not a hardcore supporter of Umar Johnson. I've been supporting him a lot more lately, but I'm not just out and out supporter of him. But her and I can have a conversation with each other. And, we don't disagree. We don't argue. We don't fight. We don't talk trash about each other. You will never find her on a panel talking trash about me. You would never find me on a panel talking trash about her, because it's not that serious. We can have a difference of opinion from each other and still move on and be able to build within the community, even though we have differences of opinion. And I think that's important in this sector. I think that people are able to have a difference of opinion. We're able to have our own stance on things without agreeing with everything that you have to say, or everything that the next person has to say. And we don't have to fight and argue and fuss and go back and forth with each other. We really don't have to do that. There's been a lot of people, especially in the AFW side, that have been involved in a lot of doxing, a lot of just disrespect back and forth, sending messages to people, leaving messages and comments and all kinds of stuff on some of the content creators' shows and different things like that. Those are the things that are bringing us down. And it's unfortunate because I've noticed even myself, and I know people like Dee Durrell and other people who go outside of this sector and talk to other sectors and have content for other sectors. There are other sectors that are starting to spill into this this sector. Okay. And so as a content creator, shout out to all the content creators here in the sector. We need to be mindful of that when we're talking about each other and we're going back and forth. Either you have content to put out or you don't. So all this back and forth and talking about somebody, if that's the only thing that's going to carry you in this sector, then listen, you're not going to go far. And I don't know anybody in life that's against making money. I don't know anybody in life that's against, other streams of income, even if it's not thousands upon thousands of dollars, like, for instance, Lennon Honor is making in this in this sector. But, even if it's not that, if it's a stream of income that you can build and create into something bigger, I think that's the bigger picture than trying to tear somebody down only in this small sector and think that it's going to go somewhere. No, you need to go ahead and make a dream about and around your channel. Let that dream grow and don't let anybody else tell you anything about that dream. Okay? You can do whatever you want. Whatever's on your mind, whatever's on your heart, you can do it. And you can put that out there. And you don't need anybody else's permission to do it except yourself. So if you're being held back on your channel, if you're not making money on your channel, if you're not, creating a line of income or stream of income from that channel, you're wasting your time and you're lying to yourself, telling yourself, you don't care about this. You have to care about stuff like that. And if you don't, you should, because you actually have a platform that you can voice a true and honest opinion about things that can really make a difference in life. Okay. If you're not doing that, why are you doing this? This is irrelevant. This is crazy to just be tearing down another Black person, just over your feelings or your emotions or something that you can't control. These are times where you need to go ahead and start looking at yourself and saying, well, maybe these are things that I can improve. Maybe this is something I can, fix, or I don't have to be doing things this way. It's so important for us as Black people to do that. It's also important for us to think about streams of income for our families. It doesn't have to be just a job that you have. You can make all different types of streams of income from different situations and different circumstances, and legally you can do it. So I encourage all the content creators in this sector to start making meaningful content for your channel and build your channel organically with your members and with your subscribers. so that you don't always have to rely on just this sector and beef in this sector to make content. Now, the only one, the only one that I think can get away with that in this sector is Slander God, and that's because he has a channel where it's just built on that. We built the channel on that. Immediately when we first went to Slander God, we knew it was about, you know, getting things off your chest and talking trash and everything else. But eventually he's going to have to shift that too. Eventually he's going to have to take that out into other streets and YouTube. He might have to go to the beef sector or something like that. He might even have to come to the tea sector. I think he would be excellent over there. But, you know, but we know that this channel is built on that. So I think he's probably the only one in the sector that can get away with that for an extended period of time. But everybody else, nah, bro. You guys are going to have to build your own true content on your own will. Okay. And if you can't do that, then you might need to get off of YouTube, or you might need to, you know, go ahead and go out there and look at some other people that are out here in YouTube and figure it out and learn it. Okay. There are some various content creators that talk about it, such as Think Media, Nick Nimmin, I think his name is. There's a couple others out here, but go ahead and look at them and get that information and use it. There's a lot of stuff that I got from them for why I'm where I'm at now, 5 months later, and why I'm continuing to grow. And it's because I'm following guidelines from people who have really grown in this game. Okay. So shout out to the Umar Johnson sector. I just wanted to say that. I hope you guys are doing great. But again, I think it's time for healing and to stop just talking about each other and disrespecting each other and find ways to come together. Hell, the content creators in this sector can create an entire network, okay, that is a force to be reckoned with. Every single content creator here can do that. And, you know, if we just put some stupid ideas to the side and start working together, we can actually do it, especially the women in the sector and then the men in the sector too. Let me see your transcript, Stargate, myself. We both, all three of us have ladies' nights. You know, we talk about that. So those are nights that we can all get together and collaborate on real life issues that can, you know, really bring change to the Black community. If you're talking about fraud and being anti-fraud warriors, then I think that's what we should do. I think we should be talking about things that really uplift the Black community instead of disrespecting and putting each other down. But I digress. I know everybody's not going to go with it. But anyway, guys, that was all I had for you guys. I hope you guys are doing excellent and y'all have a great evening. I'll talk to you guys this weekend. And by the way, hit that join button because on Sunday, I am doing a $100 giveaway, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.